Yeah, what's up, you guys? This is your girl, legendary Miss T. And y'all see who I got in the building? Mac, you heard me? And we have his beautiful, tall, gorgeous, model looking wife, Angelique. Say that right? Angelique? Yep. Oh, Angelique. Yeah, man. It's amazing to have you here today.
And it's a pleasure to be here.
Speaking to the mic, ma'am. Introduce yourself.
Thank you for having us.
Okay. So, man, we have an interesting topic today. We're gonna we're just gonna just lay back and just have a conversation like how we was on the phone, just running it. Just gonna run it about love, life, and what you got going on or whatever. So, tell everybody who you are. Like, you're a legend too.
Um, Let me first say that America. No, I'm not going to say it.
What you about to say?
I was just about to say we was
Something
joking
stupid?
about a minute ago. Yeah.
Yeah, say it though.
You know, I'm out of my mind.
Yeah.
So, my name is Mac Phipps. For those who don't know, I've been a hip hop artist here in New Orleans for approximately a very long time.
Yes,
I
since you was 12,
yeah. So
and you hate it. I need wheels.
yeah.
I had to get that out.
And yeah, so I've been a hip hop artist. I love the hip hop community here, and I'm most notably known for my stint at No Limit. I was with No Limit from '97 until 2000,
Mhm.
when I was arrested for a crime I didn't commit.
Mhm.
Did 21 years in prison and has been released now over 2 years. I've been out.
Man,
yeah.
I'm so glad you
Yeah,
home.
so just glad to be here, glad to be a part of this, and I'm a proud Trojan. You know what
Okay.
I'm talking about?
Yeah. Anyway, let's go way back. Like that's when you would inspire you to get into music. Before the first record, when you was a child, what made you be like? Did you see Michael Jackson? Did you see LL Cool J? Who did you see that inspired you to get into music?
All right, so two things happened for me that I think started my journey with music. One of them was New Edition had a song called "Cool It Now."
Oh
New
yeah.
Edition.
Cool it
And
now.
I remember sitting and watching my aunties watch. I was watching them watch the video.
Uh-huh.
Right? And I remember the part of the song that came when at the end when Ralph was like, Ronnie, Bobby,
Ricky and Mike. I like the girl. Who cares who you like?
I was like, as a kid, I just remember thinking, I can do that. Like,
Really?
I wasn't a singer, but I could do that.
Right.
That part right there. So, and to me, everybody on TV was rich in my
Right,
little
yeah,
mind.
right.
So I saw that as a way that I can possibly help my parents out. So it was like, okay, I could do that. And that's when I started.
So New Edition was out before hip hop? Yeah, it was out. They was out when hip hop.
Yeah, it was around the same time.
Around the same
This was like
time.
around '84, so I was like 7 when I saw that video, 7 or 8, and I remember watching it and just thinking I can do that.
Right.
So me and one of my childhood friends were in the yard drawing Transformers. Remember the Transformers?
Yeah, I remember the
cartoon?
Transformers.
We
Yeah.
were actually drawing. My favorite was Optimus Prime. So I
Okay.
was sitting there drawing Optimus Prime, and I was like, "Did you see New Edition video?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Man, let's make a song," and we did it.
Wait,
was
so
like
you wasn't singing, so y'all was actually rapping.
Yeah, because I didn't know how to sing, so I knew enough.
You knew
to
he was
know that I
rapping,
couldn't
right?
Sing. So when I saw what Ralph was doing, I was like, I can do that.
Right.
Yeah.
So what about wait. I don't want to lose my train of thought. So what I'm really asking you is like say like when you what rapper that you first saw and you was like cuz you were like a lyricist to me. So the first rapper you saw and you was like, "Man, I'm about to really do it. Like I'm really about to get into it."
Well, the first I think rapper to make me just want to go hard was LL Cool J. Actually.
Ooh, yeah.
Just battle rapping. He's like he is what kind of inspired just me wanting to be a battle rapper.
Yeah.
Right? So it was LL, but then right after LL came this guy who basically I think changed my life.
Who?
And he is one of the most by most artists he's considered the best rapper to ever live, and that's
Rakim.
And
How
so,
the fuck Ooh, I'm sorry. How I do that?
No, I mean
How I
that's
just
real
picked
talk.
that up?
That's real talk. And because Rakim came in the game at a time where everything was kind of hype and people it was dancing.
Yeah,
and
it
stuff,
was dancing.
And he came in the game just like I ain't no joke. Like I ain't playing. Like,
I ain't
this
no
is
joke.
serious. You know,
What he
from
said?
day
I ain't
one.
no joke. He
I
make
ain't
the
no
mic
joke.
smoke or something.
I used to make the mic smoke, and I slam it when I'm done to make sure it's broke. I just liked his demeanor. He was calm. He reminded me of the guys on my corner, but he was dropping knowledge.
Yeah.
He was saying stuff that as a kid, I was like, it held my interest. It's like, I want to know what this guy is talking about.
Right.
So when I met Rakim this past couple months ago, I opened up. I was part of a set at the Tipitina's, his Tipitina show. I told him that it was because of him that I became a straight A student in school.
Ooh.
I said because wanting to understand the stuff that you were saying got me to dig into the encyclopedia to try to understand the places and things you were talking about. So that's why I say I credit him for being my first professor. And I say
so you credit him for being your first professor. That's deep.
Because
when
he was able to do what my teachers.
Yeah.
He was able to do something my teachers couldn't do, and that was encourage me to read.
Right.
You know, and I think it was because he was dropping this knowledge, but he also looked like the dudes on my corner, so it made it cool.
What about the battle that they had between LL Cool J and Kool Moe Dee? What you felt about that back then?
I was siding with LL at the time. At the time, I was diehard LL at the time, and you know what's crazy is Kool Moe Dee. I think was probably Kool Moe Dee was a great artist, and he was more conscious at the time. He
was. But I like the bad boy.
With LL because LL just no rapper can rap. It's just LL
he was his
had
delivery.
Yeah.
And then I like LL and y'all. This the 50 years of hip hop, right? So the reason why I really like LL because he was kind of versatile, even though he was like a little street. Then he came back with I Need Love and stuff like that. Like he's still a dope artist.
Yeah, and you have to keep in mind once I Need Love became so popular, LL knew he had something. So after that, every year you can look forward to LL having a song for the ladies, and that was his moneymaker.
Yeah, that was his moneymaker. He was a dope artist. Anyway, let's get into the No Limit. How did you meet Master P?
Weird.
Wait, hold up. Because the rumor was you about to sign with Cash Money?
Well, I was actually running with Cash Money around that time. Like I did the song with BG on Chopper City.
Right.
And I did that song by just pure happenstance. I think that's the word to use, right? We were recording at yeah, because I make up words too. America, I make up words.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Long as you know what it mean to you.
We right. And we were at Sound Suite Studio, which was in Canal Place. Me and my homegirl Storm was signed to a label at the time called Ionic.
So that's the name of that studio, Sound Suite?
Yeah.
Because I recorded that. I did my Creeping album in there with Cash Money. I remember that studio. Okay.
And so we were there. And I remember they was recording Chopper City and BG. I was in a little room. I had like my own little pre-production room in there, and I was just in there making some beats or something. And I remember Doogie coming in there. He was like, "Man, I want you to get on this song. Come hear this track that Fresh doing in the other room." So I went over there. I heard the track, and I spit a song that I had called "Cops and Robbers" on the track.
Oh, really?
So the actual rap that's on Niggas in Trouble is from a song I had already called Cops and Robbers, which I eventually put on my World War III album as well.
Okay.
My second album. And I put the third verse with it. Because I just put two of the verses on BG's song.
That was really look, but you know what? The comparison they was comparing you to who was it Soulja Slim? Wasn't they saying you? Yeah, wasn't it? They were saying you and Soulja Slim. They was comparing you to somebody.
Well, back then people were saying that I was like the New Orleans version of Nas, probably probably just because of the lyrics the and cadence the content, and the flow or whatnot, and that just came from me just always being an East Coast hip hop fan.
Man, and you still sound so good, and that's amazing.
I appreciate that.
How you feel? I know you feel good.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching CNN and I saw your mama. I saw your mama and your daddy. They was talking about your case, right? Mm-hmm. So then I saw them at the gas station. And I just went and gave her a big hug. And I had got your information. I ain't never get a chance to write you, but I had got your information. I was like, "You Mac Mama, right?" And she was like, "Yeah." When I saw her at your concert at the House of Blues, I said, "You remember me?" And she was like, yeah, you Miss T. I was like, yeah, remember when you saw me at the gas station?
Mhm.
It was her. It was your mom and your dad at the gas station getting gas. And I was talking to him about you. And she was like, yeah, he about to come home. I'm like, for
Yeah.
real?
I don't know if my mom even knew that we all went to school together.
No,
I don't think she knew.
Wait, so you know Lady Red? It was Lady Red, Cheeky Black,
Leslie,
Leslie Brown.
Me and Leslie we graduated the same year.
Yeah.
95. We was them 95, them class of 95 babies.
All right, man. This is a dope conversation. Now we about to really kind of get deep into it. So you with No Limit, right?
Yep.
You
no, we didn't get there yet. You ain't never asked me how we were supposed to go back to that. We was just talking about Cash Money.
So I asked you how you started with No Limit?
Right. First you asked, so you was asking me about the Cash Money thing, but then you asked me how did I meet Master P.
Right, all right. So
I met Master P through at the time I was hanging with Cain and Abel, right? And Cain and Abel asked me to do a song called God and Guns with them from their Seven Sins album.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that. And I went to the video shoot they had for a song called Gangstafied.
Okay.
And Master P was there. And that was my first time meeting him.
All right.
There. Because initially I thought Master P was from Richmond, California.
All right,
I thought he was from, Cali. And what's ironic is I knew I knew a lot of his family members, but I just knew when I heard the word Master P that he was from somewhere else.
Wait, so his family from the Calio Project, right?
Yeah.
So where you from?
I'm from General Taylor in Durban, which is about 2 blocks from Louisiana Parkway.
All right, so you from uptown too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
about
So it makes
2-3
sense.
blocks from the Magnolia. And so I was running with Cain and Abel.
Why you sound Creole a little bit?
No, I ain't.
Yes,
Creole.
he do. I need
now my daddy from the
sound a little Creole.
My daddy out of Lafitte. So
all right, around my hood in the 6th wall.
Yeah, 6th wall. Y'all all mixed up now. You can't tell what them people is down there. So I went to the video shoot. I met P that day. And I remember a couple weeks later, I got paid for the verse that I did. So I was just like, yo, this is dope. That was like my first time ever getting paid for rapping.
Wait, hold up. I know I'm going all over the place, but you didn't tell me after you did the song with Doogie, Cash Money was interested in you, right?
Yeah.
So did you have a choice between No Limit and Cash Money or what? What happened?
I won't say it wasn't like that. What it was, basically, I was running with them, but we never committed anything. I just, did the feature on that song because I was actually still signed to Ionic Records.
Okay.
And so I did that with them, and I just was at a stage in my life where whatever blew first, like whatever lane opened first, that's the lane I was going to take.
Okay.
So what happened with P, once I got paid, that kind of changed everything because that was my first time ever getting paid a check for rapping.
So that was the money. The money draws you to peak.
Yeah, the money is the motive. so I left. So what happened was I met him, and that was that. A couple of weeks later, Wild Wayne set up a meeting with me and Kevin Lyles from Def Jam.
Kevin Lyles, I met him before.
So I actually met with Kevin Lyles at the Gavin convention that was in New Orleans, and Def Jam was interested. They were showing interest, and he was just talking to me about, a possibility of getting with Def Jam. And,
right.
And I was like, yo, I've always been an East Coast fan, but in the back of my mind, I was like, man, if I go out here and it don't work, and obviously I had been in the music business since I was a kid, so I knew that you can actually have hit records out and be broke. So
come on now, tell me about it.
So I think the fact that I had experience already, I wasn't gung ho just to run to New York.
Right.
And I was like, man, if things don't work out, I'm stuck in New York, away from my family. And
do you think we kind of be looking for that to be comfortable around the people that we know because they kind of know our lingo?
Yeah.
They know how we talk. They know where we from, and we say gumbo or anything that we talk about. And the way we talk, baby, or we say water. We don't really say water. Yeah. So it's kind of like a little comfortable feeling when you with. Yeah, but it's a comfortable feeling when you with people that could kind of like really like kind of like vibe with you. Like, and if you go to New York to Def Jam, like, you hear that motherfucker? He said water. Ain't no water, it's water, Or we say street, or we say we gonna make groceries.
Yeah.
Say that again. Like, I remember when I went to New York and I was with Juvie when Juvie was doing the UTP thing. And I was talking to some guys, and it was like, I was like, yeah, baby. They was like, baby. Say
Right.
that again. I was like, yeah, baby, but I'm just being me.
That's
They're
how
like,
they do everywhere we go. They're like,
and they
that
said,
again."
say water again. I say water. They was like, water. Say that again.
Right.
So I can understand, like, you want to kind of be comfortable
You want to
with
be around
the
familiarity.
family, the
Yeah.
familiar, to be familiar with. So
And that pretty much sealed the deal. After I walked out of the meeting, ironically, I walked out of the meeting with Kevin Lyles, and Peanut was on the elevator. Like, as I literally chanced to heaven, I
wow,
walked out of the meeting,
that was destiny.
got on the elevator, and Percy and everybody was on the elevator, and he was like, yo, we got a party upstairs. Come up there, man. We're going to talk. So I went upstairs, talked, and he was like, come to the studio Thursday with KL. I got some work for you. Cool. So I went to the studio Thursday.
Oh, you
and
was
I
hustling.
just immediately started writing for Ghetto Dope album. So I just
Okay.
started doing stuff for that, and I never moved back home. It was like he paid me for the verses on that, put me in an apartment down the street, helped me set everything up I needed, and that was pretty much it.
That's one thing that I heard, like with Baby, they'll usually say that the artists ain't never really get paid. But with P, I used to always hear about P really taking care of his people, like
Well, at
buying
the time,
houses. At the time.
At the time, everything was good. I ain't gonna front. And
Yeah.
so by the time he put a contract in front of me, I signed it without even reading. I didn't care because I had already made so much money dealing with dude. I had made more money than I ever made rapping. So it was just
Really?
like, all right, cool.
Wait, why you shaking your head? If y'all were here, the relationship, look, this how I want me and my dude to be. Like, cause it's real. People come on the show and they'll be with their partner and they just be acting all fake and phony. Yeah, we love each other. They've been calling each other big head and he been saying F you without saying the whole word. And they really like, it's real love. I love it.
T, I'm gonna tell you.
What?
This is a hater. This is my number one hater.
Don't do my girl that.
No.
Like, I'm the
She
haters
will
and
tell
the
you.
ops.
She is my
think
number
I'll-
one ops, my number
I'll
one
start
hater.
selling packages. You know how
The mic, get the mic.
you can buy followers.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll be your hater for a
She
small
said
fee.
she'll
In your
sell
comments, I
ops
will troll
packs.
you.
She will
Really?
troll you.
Yeah, I feel like it could be lucrative. Everybody needs haters,
She's
right?
number one hater. Especially me. She is my number one ops and my number one hater.
But don't that push you though?
Yeah.
You need haters to push you.
Yeah. Now see, I'm gonna tell you.
Where's he shaking her head already?
I'm gonna tell you.
I love it.
And it's all good. We have that's our relationship.
I'm waiting for him to say he knows everything again.
Yes, I do know it. No, I ain't gonna say it.
So you met P,
Yeah.
and y'all talked, and he was giving you a bunch of money, boatload of cash, and
Yeah.
you're like, you know
And
what?
At 19 years old, you gotta keep in mind at 19.
Yeah, at 19 years
that
old, you're
was
like,
more money
okay,
than I had ever
fuck what
seen.
Def Jam talking about. I'm about to go over here. They giving me this money. And then it
Yeah.
was like P was breaking a lot of people off. Because one thing I kept hearing was he got people apartments, he bought houses and stuff like that. That would have made me interested too.
I would say this, and this is just because I like to always be just straightforward.
Mhm.
I had my issues with some things. I can't really speak to anyone else's issue
Right.
with Percy, but I will say this: during my time on No Limit, when I first got there, everyone who was employed that I knew of that was employed by No Limit, you had a place to stay of your own.
Ooh, yeah.
You had a vehicle of your own, and you had some money in the bank. So
That's what I like about
I will
P.
say
Like,
that.
really take care of your artists. Like, I really like that. And I used to hear that all the time about Master P breaking them checks off or whatever, And then I did hear about the other things, but I heard more positive than negative when it came to P paying his artists. You know what I'm saying? So you really was in there, so I really don't know, But I'm glad you here too, kind of like, break the ice on that.
yeah, and we're talking about in the 90s. That's when everything was all good.
Everything was all good. It was more lit. The culture was lit. It was like fresh from New Orleans, and New Orleans just created this new sound, bounce. You had Where They At. You had T.T. Tucker. You had what really got me into music was DJ Jimmy. That DJ Jimmy album. When I heard that album, I was like, oh my God. I was like, it just brought something to my soul, and I was like, I want, especially when I heard your girl saying the bitchy when she was doing that.
That was who that was? That
It was auntie or something. They kept saying she was an older lady.
That was I forgot her name. I think she came out with a song too. I can't remember her name.
I forgot her name too, but she sounded cold to me. I like Juicy, Eat the Cat. Then I like Mia X. Mia X kind of really. Let me tell you why Mia exited for me. Mia exited for me because she was lyrical and she was talking about women empowerment, right?
Right.
And then, you know, the X with her name made her like a Malcolm X. You heard me?
Right.
So she really was spitting that game, and I was like, ooh.
You know why she had the X on her name, right?
I never knew. Tell me why.
Mia's parents were Black Panthers.
Oh. Yeah. That's why she's so smart and she's very intelligent. Like, yeah. Yo, shout out to my big sis, Mia. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So, you want to talk about the prison stuff or you don't? It's on you.
I can. As far as prison is concerned, I got arrested. February
for something you didn't do,
for a crime I didn't commit. 10 days later, the person who someone actually confessed to it. 10 days later, and I got convicted. Wound up going straight to, after my conviction, they sent me to Concordia Parish, I believe. They sent me up north. It's in Ferriday, Louisiana, which borders Mississippi.
Lord.
Way up north. So I went there.
Sound like a hellhole.
Yeah, they were basically trying to keep me away from the South. They was trying to send me away from what they considered would be my my source of influence or whatnot.
So one thing I see that Jay-Z them is doing now, they trying to fight against like the courts and stuff from using, they're doing that right now with Young Thug, using their lyrics against them. Right. So they kind of try to do that with you, right?
Well, which brings which brings my
lovely lady
into the conversation, and she can tell you about what we actually done to prevent that from happening to other people.
Okay,
so you want to talk about that, baby?
Sure.
Talking to Mike.
It seems like last year. Well, I guess it was last year.
Okay. No, it was.
No, it started this time last year.
Yeah, but it came.
So wait, let me ask you. Do you mind if I ask you? Are you a lawyer, a PR person? What do you do?
Like, I work in PR.
Okay, you work in PR. Yeah. So let me ask you this: how did y'all meet? Before we get into that, how y'all met?
Basically through PR.
So
wait, so how the attraction happened? Like, because you can meet anybody at PR. That don't mean you're gonna have a connection with them, right?
All right. So, and I'm gonna tell this story because I know everything. All right.
Wait, so, he keeps saying that. He know everything.
So what happened was my mother told me that, was telling me about this lady she met, right?
Uh-huh.
And she was like, she does PR and she's just going on and on about this lady. So I was like, okay, but I was just like, whoever this lady is, I didn't know her.
Oh, he was brushing you off, huh?
No, I was just telling my mom, like, okay. I was like, okay. So then she was telling something she told me interested me. So we made a connection. She connected me to her, and I think you were facilitating. I think one of these major platforms wanted to interview me. I don't know who it was at the time. Was it
CNN?
I can't remember. But
because you was on the ID channel. Yeah. Oh, I've been watching.
Yeah. So she probably facilitated that too.
Yeah, I got everything.
She was like, she was facilitating one of those interviews, and so we started communicating, and we was just communicating regularly, and then we started communicating like every day.
What was the? Cause you
and I'm about to get
hold up, because now I gotta be you older than me, right? So now I gotta be the little sister. Like,
okay,
we 45. I'm 45. You what?
Yeah, I'm 46.
Yeah, well, 1 year apart.
Yeah.
You doing all the talking.
It's a year.
Let me ask
where he knows
everything. He keep telling us that.
Yeah.
When the spark started, like when you knew. When y'all having all these conversations, y'all talking, how did y'all feel like y'all wanted to start dating and, talking to Mike?
When we knew or when we,
all right, so when you...
I was always trying to deny it, like, whatever.
Yeah, so when you got interested, like when you was like, you know what?
I mean,
I kind of like him.
I guess the thing was, it was like, we clicked. It wasn't...
Automatic?
Like, yeah. I mean, it wasn't ever like a...
It wasn't forced. It was just
nothing. It was like I used to say it was like somebody walking back into your life
Uh-huh.
as opposed to somebody
Right.
you had to get to know.
Oh, so
And,
he's something like a twin flame.
I guess.
Oh,
She
Hanina.
actually sent me something about a twin flame before.
Oh.
While I was in prison, she
Oh, yes.
sent me something about that.
But the
So
problem,
then you like, oh, I kind of like him. And wait, so who? Wait. So who was like, you know what? We should start talking. You
Okay.
are.
No, so here's what happened. I'm gonna tell you. So we was communicating with each other on a regular basis,
Mhm.
and I was telling her a story about a friend of mine, and we were talking, and she said something, and whatever she said, I stopped the conversation, and I was like, "I have a serious question to ask you," and she was like, "What?" I said, "Oh, you attracted to me?"
What?
And she didn't respond.
and then the phone.
So
hung up.
the silence.
Then the phone
the
hung
phone
up?
hung up.
Phone hung up.
How you
So-
felt when that phone hung up?
No, it was
No,
like the
I-
security
no.
lady. Like
There was
goodbye.
it wasn't her hanging up. It was
really-
like the prison phone
Yeah.
hung
Hung
up.
up. Okay.
It was-
But she
it
never
kept
responded, so-
happening like that.
Yeah, so she never responded, so that let me know what her answer was.
What was our answer?
I knew her answer was yes, because
Uh-huh.
if it was no, she would have said that, right?
Yeah, he knows everything.
So
Yeah.
so
We're
when,
gonna say that the whole interview.
so
you know
when
everything.
she said when she said she didn't say anything, I took that as this is yes. So I said the very next question I have to ask you is the most important. And I said, do you think that our attraction to each other is going to get in the way of what we're doing to try to get me out of here?
Oh,
And
that's
she
deep.
said no. I said because at the time I was I wanted to go home more than I wanted a relationship
Right.
at the time. So, and she was like, nah, and we just been like that ever since.
Right.
And it just happened.
What was different? What was different about Angela? I say that right, Angelique. All right. What was different about Angelique from other girls that you dated?
What was different is when Angelique came saw me, she said, I never forget it. It was her second time visiting me, and we were just talking, and she was getting ready to leave. And she had tears in her eyes.
What?
And she told me,
I don't cry. He's
she
fine.
said,
You don't cry.
she said,
Mine were, like, it probably was allergies.
yeah. And it was them allergies, all right. And she said to
He
me,
tells the story and he makes it sound like I was like weeping, like no.
I don't
it
think
wasn't-
she.
it wasn't
I
like
don't
that.
think
She just
said
had
that.
she just had
No,
tears in her eyes, and she said
That was them emotions, them feelings. It
Right.
got strong.
And so what it did was it was like weakening me, and I always try to be emotionless.
Wait. So it was weakening.
Yeah,
you?
so I was breaking down because I try to be emotionless and even all the time. So
Right.
when I saw her tears, I was kind of getting broke up, and she said, I remember her words. She said, she looked around and she said, I know everybody who come here tell their family members that, I'm want to help you. I want to, do this. I know. No, she said everybody want to see their family members get out. She said, but the difference between me and other people is I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it happen.
Ooh, that's powerful.
I was done.
So y'all was kind of like divinely connected. That's what I'm. Nina, what you getting? They was like divinely connected because that's crazy that his mom, right, met her first. And then all of a sudden they didn't, the mom gave the phone number to Mac and then they started talking and then a connection.
And
It was meant.
And so we started, we knew that we didn't have at the time, we had no date on my freedom.
Mhm.
We just took a chance, and that was 2014.
Yeah.
And then in 2018, we got married
Yeah.
in the prison, on the prison yard. We was the first, I was the first inmate that they allowed to have a wedding on the picnic yard. And
Was you
we had
able
it
to
as
invite
nice.
your mom and stuff
We
like
had-
that?
it was
Or your
nice.
mom and dad?
My whole family, some of
Really?
my friends. Yeah, Fiend was actually there.
Okay, so that
yeah.
means you must have was a good you was being good in prison. Because they wouldn't allow that for
Yeah,
somebody that was
I was at that point. I was pretty much, I was in the eyes of the administration. It was like, yeah, we could allow Mac to do this.
Did
know,
you mentor some prisoners like when
Yeah.
you was in prison?
I
Prison,
I did that like the last, technically, I've been mentoring people before prison and all throughout prison, but I formally did it the last, I think, 12 years of my incarceration. I was part of a program that actually directly mentored any young man that came into the prison, if you were under 23 years old, you had to come to my class. You had to come to our
So
class.
they kind of watched all that. So that was like
Yeah.
God was kind of preparing you for your freedom.
Yeah.
Even though everybody around thought that you wasn't getting out, but God was making them steps for you.
Right.
You had to go through all that to kind of get to where you at now. And now you free.
Right.
That's dope.
Right.
And you know what's so dope about Angelique is like she took a chance on you because
Right.
any other chick would have been like, "Man, waiting on that,
Right.
about
Right.
to go."
You're right.
Right?
And guess what? And you can't blame them. You know what I mean? Because it's sometimes not everybody's built for that.
Right.
You know what I'm tell you, and that's why that's why I'm with her, because that's a soldier.
Right, that's a soldier.
Built
Look,
for, it,
for
you know,
real.
it is what it is.
So you guys, you're now tuned in to True Tea with the legendary Miss T. You heard me. That was good, T?
Y'all heard that? You heard me?
You know what? They like when we say that too. You heard me.
Yeah.
Say that again. You heard
You
me.
heard me?
New Orleans, like we just we have a rich culture, bro. I just feel like that sometimes we don't appreciate it. And
We
before
don't.
you came, I was talking to the audience. I was like, you know what? I used to down New Orleans so much that I was living in a negative place. So by me downing it, all kind of negative stuff was coming towards me.
Right.
I'm not on, huh?
But you need some?
No, I was gonna.
No, she
move.
was trying to see if she was on. Yeah, this is live. You
Did
on.
we? Yeah, you
Still
on?
on?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
You needed to use the bathroom or something?
No, I'm sitting in this vent. I'm like, oh my.
Oh, you.
Oh, she cold.
All right, you want to switch?
You want to switch?
No,
Come on.
I think it's blown over there.
All right,
No, you
look,
good.
come by me. You
No,
come
you
over
get
here.
right there. We're going to just switch chairs.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's fine.
America, this is live.
This is live, y'all. So
This how we
I
coming.
want all my guests on True Tea to be comfortable.
This how we coming. We done switch seats.
Hey,
So I know, huh?
I'm over here.
What?
I'm over here about to walk.
Okay.
Well, and that I talk low, and then I like over here rolling away.
Yeah, I saw you rolling.
We can hear you.
Picture me rolling, Tupac.
500 billion.
So what I was saying? Oh, yeah. So, you know, my thing of it is about planting seeds. And I remember talking to you about that when we had our last conversation.
Yeah.
But about planting seeds. So if you're planting a seed and always saying that somewhere is negative,
Right.
that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna keep drawing negative things towards you, right?
Right.
So what I had to do, I had to kind of like change up my lingo. So once I changed up my lingo and I started looking at New Orleans like, you know what? This music, this is my job. I started looking at it like a job. So now I do shows every week or every other week like a job because I spoke that into existence, you know. So if you don't like New Orleans, you're gonna keep complaining about it. I suggest you do move because you keep that negative attitude, you're gonna keep drawing that negative energy towards you. So I just feel like people should kind of be grateful for where they at. And if you want something better, it have to start with you.
Right.
You know?
That's definitely true. I've always encouraged people to be the friend that you want.
Oh yeah.
Like it's nothing like, you know, everybody says I want good people in my life. Are you a good person?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You have to ask
I want a
yourself
good
that.
man.
Yeah,
but
are you a good person?
Yeah.
You know, if
I want a good man, but you want $360 for some bundles. But you mad when he can't give you $360. But how that's
Right.
being a good person trying to dig in people's pockets like that? Like, I'm just so glad I ain't that same. I'm not that girl no more, man. Let me tell y'all. Like, it's just different when it comes to relationships. This is why I wanted to talk to y'all because, you know, it's just a different experience for me. Like, I used to always think that I was above a man, just being all masculine and stuff like that. Still a little masculine, but when I'm with my dude, I am very soft. I rub his feet. I talk to him. I don't raise my voice. He don't even see this teeth.
What? I'm sorry.
Look, he do not see this teeth at all. He be like, yeah, babe, yeah. Or you right, babe. What you say, babe? Yeah, I'm listening to you.
put my feet.
Wait, what's going on now? You know they've been back and forth all day, but I love it.
So you ain't rub my feet?
Hell no.
I rub my dude feet, legs, his back.
If we
I wash his back, wash his legs.
See,
Now y'all really. So what? I'm a prune for what? For what?
no, my feet is hit.
Like,
So,
no, hit
she
is
ain't-
not the word.
Oh, hit is not the word.
No.
What you got? Gremlin feet? Oh, he got gremlin feet, y'all. Oh,
He cut me. one night.
With his feet?
Yes, accidentally. Like it was like a like an ostrich or
You
something.
ain't never
like,
taken to the nail shop to get his
I
feet
did,
Yeah.
and that lady,
Man,
what the lady said?
that lady was vicious.
she had to.
Where how
be.
she was vicious?
That lady was
She
vicious.
was
When I
fussing
left
with
her, look,
him.
I felt like I had been.
And then every
When I
time
left out there, that lady had my feet hurting.
look, I had a
She was a little
pedicure,
mean little lady.
had my nails
She
done,
was-
and still I wait. No, she
Yo,
wasn't.
your feet. Why
No,
you
she
feet? Your feet. Your feet. Your feet.
Yeah, what are we talking?
I was done like 45. Like
You can hear?
my toes, and my. I think this mic is out too.
No, but you have a mic
Oh.
right here.
You got my right there.
But like I had a pedicure, I had my and I'm still waiting on this dude, and he's over there like this, and she's over there like a little
Man,
bit.
that
So he
hurt,
couldn't
man.
even
That
you
one
couldn't
was
even
vicious.
take it.
That
No,
one was
She was
vicious.
vicious?
That hurt it. That one
Then
was
every
vicious.
time I go in there, she's over there asking me about what he's doing, why he's not there, and I'm like,
He ain't like it. I could tell in his face he ain't like it.
That woman was vicious. America, the lady was vicious.
No.
I'm just telling you.
no, the lady she probably was gentle with your ostrich feet.
Oh, you ribbon?
No.
Oh.
So, okay, so let's get back to the prison when you did your time and everything. When they first convicted you, how did you feel? How did you feel when that happened?
I think by the time I was actually convicted,
Mhm.
I think I was in shock. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It was like something.
Especially if the person confessed, they confessed like 10 days later, right?
Yeah, 10 days after
So
my
you think they was
arrest.
trying to make an example? I know I'm going
Um,
but you was trying to make an example out of you or something?
You want me to jump in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can jump in on this one. So the setup over there was just like, it was St. Tammany.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you have David Duke. You had
he's still around?
He was actually the chairman
still
of their
there.
Republican
Yeah.
committee at the
And
time.
he was all of the members have to vote him in.
Yeah,
The DA, the sheriff,
all of those
all
people
of them
voted
were
him in.
on. They voted this man in, and so it's like
So that lets you know what the mindset of St. Tammany was.
right, and so
Still
like,
racist, huh?
Yeah, it
Little
was
bit.
very
a
racist.
little bit.
Especially at
A
that
little bit.
time, it was very
But
racist.
it's historically a white flight area back to the Civil War days. Like
Mhm.
literally, if you would not concede to the Union, you could get on a boat and go across and go live in St. Tammany for.
Yeah,
They were
so
paying,
that's what they're
yeah.
there for.
So that's
because they
that's
didn't
what
want-
it is.
That's the whites that didn't want to
And-
accept that slavery was done.
And then you have to take into consideration the time that it was. Like we had politicians talking about gangster rap and
Oh,
this
yeah,
and
around that, yeah.
I remember
You had
that,
the
like,
sheriff get on TV one time when I was locked up and
So
say,
you
"Any of
keep
y'all
the
come over
Chiwis
here with
on
them
the- on
Chiwi hairstyles?" Talking about dreads. He said,
Now
"Yeah."
that's racist.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
You
And
can't-
guess where he's at?
Wait,
The sheriff.
wait.
Wait,
We're gonna get to that.
We'll get
Wait,
to
wait,
that.
wait.
We're gonna get to
Chiwis?
it.
Chiwi hairstyles.
We're gonna get
But
to
it
it.
was talking about people from New Orleans.
Right.
Yeah,
But with that, like I think that they were trying to hustle money a little
Mhm.
bit,
Mhm.
and then when they realized they couldn't, it's like all right, but it was too late to take it back. Like you're talking about people that had gone on MTV the day after saying
Right.
he better plead guilty, or we'll give him the chair.
yeah.
What?
You haven't even processed the evidence yet.
Right.
This is where you're at with it.
Yeah.
So and then you're also talking about a place where you had a DA that was in power for 30 years
Mhm.
and was only opposed once,
Wow.
just once. And they, later, as we fast forward, they had a lot of things come out about the pressure that was on the ADAs and everybody to keep a high conviction rate. At one point,
so it was like politics.
Yeah.
absolutely,
But
it
they
was-
took your life. Half of your life. Not half of your life, but you.
Right.
Well, basically.
They took just to add to what she's saying. At the time, with all of those things that we considered, what happened was, from my perspective, was basically I fell at an opportunistic time
Mhm.
for them, and I think that instead of investigating and then arresting,
Mhm.
they arrested and then investigated.
Yeah.
Which meant that
I
now,
don't
because
think that was
we
significant.
nationally,
I feel like they took it too far, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they had who they wanted.
yeah,
you
no,
know,
that's what I was about to get to. I think
walk
that
it
once I
back.
was in custody,
Mhm.
I think that they felt pressured to appear right before their communities. So
and you
it's
think
like,
the No Limit thing ain't making no better?
yes, that didn't,
Because you had
that definitely,
Murdered and you had
that definitely
Masterpiece.
Well, you had-
enhanced it. That
Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
enhanced it.
Yeah.
Like there was some stuff that I had come across. Oh, Lord.
That
that I
definitely
had,
enhanced it, though.
that I had come across where there were statements by some of the people like internally
Yeah.
talking about how Snoop was there. They didn't want gangs. They associated him immediately with gangs, and they didn't want that.
We don't have gangs in New Orleans. So
Well-
where they get that from?
At that time, they
might
was just
then.
trying
I don't
to.
know.
We did. Well, we didn't.
No,
I don't know.
I'm
Right.
not talking about over there. I'm
Yeah.
being silly,
Oh.
but like, it's like that, just that closed minded mentality where you can tell you've never been around anybody and don't try to be around
Right.
anybody, so you're making these assumptions,
Right.
and then, and unfortunately, that's across the board with hip hop and has always been. I mean,
And we was talking about that earlier when I
Yeah.
cut y'all off. I was wrong for that. But
No.
no, when I cut y'all off and I was like about the hip hop lyrics.
oh yeah,
How they
no.
trying to use it against what Young Thug saying that what they're trying to use his lyrics against him.
Right.
And y'all, I know y'all was doing something with that. What y'all was doing with the
wanna talk
lyrics
about that?
and when it came
Yeah,
to
so
the courts?
basically, his case, his situation, he literally could be the poster child for everything wrong with the criminal justice system.
Damn, that's crazy.
So it's like you could go wrongful conviction, you could go, like snitches and
Right.
government informants. You could go any route you wanted to, right? Like mishandling of police investigations, prosecutorial misconduct. So it's like, where do you pick, right?
right.
And so that being said, it's like, we both made a vow years and years ago that we would use our platforms and our experience in this to stop this from happening to other
someone
people.
To somebody else.
Even
yeah.
if it's only one person,
Right,
I'm good
this-
with that.
Yeah,
Right,
this
right,
never
right.
needs to happen
And
to
so,
anyone.
Honestly,
So let's get to.
Wait, but hold up.
Can
So,
you?
one more thing. I don't like the fact that they didn't pay you for your pain.
I-
Remember the guy that lost his arms?
Yeah.
God forgive me. But he lost his arms and they awarded him $11 million. And he like, $11 million,
Wait.
I want my arms.
Wait, what?
Yeah, a guy he needed his medication or something in prison
Oh.
and they didn't
Oh.
give him his medication.
And he
So
lost
I
his
think he
arms?
kind of lost his hands. Well, not his arms, his hands.
Yeah.
And they awarded him $11 million and he like, I'd rather my arms. And I was like, oh, I feel him.
But wait, was he out and they gave him, or
Well,
was he still?
Well, I think he was in prison and then I think the situation happened and then I think they found out he didn't do it
Mhm.
and
let him
he
out.
wound up, and they let him out, but
Yeah.
he wound up losing.
Right.
He's saying because of his diabetic medicine or something they didn't really give him.
See,
Right. Well, unfortunately, and I want to say this. Unfortunately, I wasn't exonerated.
Mm.
I just was granted clemency in the early parole hearing, thanks to Governor Edwards. And so I didn't. You have to be exonerated in order to challenge the state. For,
Right.
well, so and
your
here's
money.
the messed up part, and I will jump in and talk about politics because, like, if
You can hear her,
People-
T? Okay.
if people don't do anything else, you've got to pay attention right now.
Right.
There's some really, I can cuss on him.
Yes, you can. Come on.
There's some really, truly fucked up things. just
Yeah.
going, that if you're not paying attention, you don't know until it smacks you in the
Break
face.
it down. Break it down.
So, you've got just like within this state, wrongful convictions are so prevalent
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
they have it capped at how much money
How
you
much
can
money?
get.
That's how
Right?
they know how
What?
many people they
Yeah.
wrongfully convict. in
So
the state.
I don't remember. I think maybe like 30-something thousand a year, but it's
Yeah,
capped
it's
out
like
at like
capped out like 200 and something thousand. Or
yeah,
something like
it's
that.
between like 250 and 300,000. So you've got people that have literally been locked up for nothing
Right.
for all of these years, and it's like, oh my bad. And then now you see,
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
I'm gonna give you this
And-
part of me. Yeah.
and the problem too is you have where our governor-elect,
Mhm.
when he was AG, he was fighting these cases. Like there's a gentleman that he talks about that I was like, I know this is him, but
Right.
he was recently released. He did what, 46 years for a rape he didn't commit.
and DNA evidence freed him.
They freed him, so he is absolutely.
This man,
Wow.
And it breaks my heart because it's like you look at this and you got this man fighting, saying, "No, we're not giving you anything. Like you have no.
Took half of my life.
Right, but you come out. What can you do at that age?
Right.
Like, I think about that a lot with people that are older. It's like, what can they do? How do they survive? Like, you just think about
it's
how
hard to get a
things
job,
change.
and then even harder for someone
Yeah.
that age to get a job.
Get a home.
Right,
You don't-
yeah.
What if you're old and your family
They don't
is
have-
passed?
so
Where you
in-
gonna go?
Right. So
Where
in
you gonna
prison,
go?
they don't have like a mental health or therapist class or something you could
Yeah.
take, because they should try to get you prepared for the world because
They have
you in
it.
prison. So
They have those things,
It's a
but
joke.
it's like
It's a
bare-
joke?
It's a joke. Those things
It's
are a joke.
it's basically bare minimum, and I think it's just there to check off a box to say that it was done.
yeah.
But unfortunately, like people that like the guy she spoke of, he's a dear friend of mine, and
Hmm.
he was one of the reasons why I was always so humble in my situation, because I always looked at him, because we were in the dorm together,
Hmm.
and this was such a great person that it used to anger me to be in his presence. I didn't like being around him too long because it just made me mad at the system. I
energy,
wanted to
yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
No, he was a good dude.
Oh, he was a good dude?
He was such a good dude
Mhm.
that being around him made me angry at the system.
Oh,
Like,
what they
because
did, yeah.
Right, because here was a guy in his 60s. He always had a smile on his face, and he always was like, "Brother Mac, I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna get out." And this guy had done 46 years of his life for a rape that he did not commit. And and when DNA evidence finally freed him, I was so happy for him. But just being around him made me feel like, you know what, Mac, you ain't going through nothing. That man has a life sentence, and that man has been locked up over 40-something years.
Oh, talk about it.
so-
Sometimes when God humble us, you know what I'm saying? When we get in those type of positions, sometimes we just worry about ourselves, but we're not even really looking at that there are other people that's going through worse things. And that's how sometimes I get things off of my mind. Like if I'm going through something, I would rather help somebody else go through what they're going through, because it get what I'm going through off my mind, because I don't want to be like self-centered on, oh, this happening to me, this happened. It happened to everybody.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. So you can't get no millions, no.
Not unless I get my case overturned and get exonerated.
Yeah, who won't go through all that?
And that's the issue.
Who wanna go through that?
Me and her, we
Win the
talked about it when I
lottery.
first
Yeah,
got out.
Yeah, you out now.
When I first got out, me and her talked about it, the possibility of like fighting them again. And I just told her, man, this has been exhausting.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired.
Of course.
I'm done. Like I don't even need your millions. I'm gonna do me. I got
Yeah.
this from here. You know what I mean? I'm
So
free
what's the
now. I
what's
got
the
this from here.
solution? Like, what could we do to try to overturn a lot of those laws
Vote.
and stuff that they have? Vote,
We just
right?
gotta vote the right
Let's
people
talk
in
about
there.
that, because I know y'all wanted to talk and speak on
So-
voting.
Yeah. So we
We
have
let-
a very important election coming up
Yeah.
this weekend. Very important.
Okay.
And the person who is one of the races that people need to pay close attention to is the Attorney General's race.
Okay.
Because
Why is that important? They need
Because
to know.
the Attorney General is normally the person who keeps whatever governor and administration is there. That's like their checks and balances.
Okay.
It's dangerous when the governor and the potential Attorney General is in cahoots. That's not a good thing.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
that means anything that the governor wants, there is no.
They're like patting
no
each
one
other on
there-
the back.
there's
Yeah.
no one
Yeah.
that will challenge if there's some, and that's not to say that everything the governor is going to want will be bad for the people, but you just need that checks and balances.
Yeah.
You need someone there who's going to hold the administrator accountable. So this is a very important race, and I
Yeah.
think people need to pay attention to it.
Right.
And if you don't do it for nobody else, man, get out there and vote for me.
Right.
Because
Right.
I can't vote.
Right.
By me being a convicted felon, I can't vote.
And
I wish I
that's
could vote.
wrong, especially like if they really don't have no evidence on you did it or whatever, and now your right to vote is taken away.
Well, he can
Right.
restore it. I think.
I can get it restored after 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After 5
I've been
years, you
home
can.
now for 2 years, and I'm still trying to, I'm still fighting to get my rights back. Because
Right.
That's something that has always been important to me. As soon as I turned 18, my parents made sure we voted, because I'm a person who, believes that if if we don't vote,
Mm-hmm.
then we really don't have we're complaining for nothing.
Right, right,
If
right.
we haven't, took the necessary steps. Some people think that, elections already rigged, they already, and all of that.
I don't think so.
All of that has, it can appear a certain way, but what people have to remember is this: the person who is voting for the opposite of what you want, they're voting.
Okay, they are. They want you to feel that way. Yeah,
they want you to feel that way because they're gonna go vote.
You now tuned into the True Tea podcast. Oh God, you got that one.
You heard that?
Oh God. Yeah, that's like so deep. Like, remember me and you had the conversation about how everybody went to the Saints game and they didn't vote.
Yeah, we
and the guy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Had the lowest
Can you
turnout
please explain to them why it's important? Because people really think that they vote doesn't matter, and it really happened in our community.
Right.
We need to really, especially with mental health and everything, we need to get out of that.
Yeah. Right. I mean, the thing is, if you let people that do not care about you, and they have their, and I can't say all of them do, because there's some that you're like, oh, okay, they really care about the people, and they don't. But you have others that, like, they are there for their self-interest.
Right.
And so you don't have a chance in hell. Like, during this year's session, we watched lives destroyed.
Damn.
In real time for no reason.
That kind of break my heart.
It should.
Right.
I'm like a little teddy bear. People think I'm hard, but just thinking about it.
Everything from, within the what they call the AJC, which is the Criminal Justice Committee. I mean, just the stupidest laws.
Yeah. So they're trying to make burglary an aggravated charge to enhance your sentence.
With that, and then if I'm drunk and just walk in your house, you could kill me, and it's fine.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or if I could end up having a felony.
It's like we still got laws from 1960s and we in the millennium now.
We do.
Like that shit need to change. It really.
And what we needed, what I also want to stress. So what happened as a result, when me and my wife made this promise that we were going to stop this from happening to somebody else, basically she spearheaded a group of. She got the right people together, and once she got the right people together and the right sponsors in place and everybody that we needed, we were able to present a bill to basically prevent song lyrics from being used as a character witness.
Yeah, because it's an art. Yeah,
right.
I mean,
and it passed.
It's free speech in any other genre or art form, and that was kind of the argument. And ironically, we had a Republican that carried it for us.
Yeah, he carried it.
Really?
Yeah. Republican carried
biggest hip hop head.
Really?
Yes. Because
I
was very apprehensive, because I always think about you got to watch who your bedfellows are, because they fuck you over in a heartbeat.
Right, they would.
And I'm gonna say this without saying this. I want to say this without mentioning his name.
What?
I asked him what was his favorite hip hop song ever. This is a staunch Republican.
I wouldn't call him staunch.
What did we say? Representative or senator?
He was this.
We ain't gonna say what he was. He's a representative.
Yeah, but he was a representative.
What was his song?
His favorite hip hop song. Now, there are tens of millions of hip hop songs.
Right.
His favorite hip hop song that he said he listened to on his way to work every day was "Drag 'Em from the River" by UNLV.
Wow!
Blown my mind.
Wow!
I was not ready for that.
He's telling us this stuff, and I'm like,
yeah. And this was a white guy.
I didn't know whether to think that it was highly appropriate or because I'm like, this place is hell. I'd be seeing that too. But the other thing is like, who are you?
Right. Right.
It was. I think it pushed my thinking, because I'm always giving, because of the antics and a lot of the hate bills, and whether it's anti-black, anti-trans, whatever it is,
yeah.
The day, the hate of the day is what it seems like.
The hate of the day. That's
the hate of the day.
Good way to describe
it. So I'm very apprehensive,
right?
Because it's like where you've been burned so many
times, right?
Or you see that. It pushes your thinking to think, okay, there are good people that still care on both sides of it, but unfortunately, the bullshit tunes it out.
Right,
And
right.
and I think we saw Bill's. I think he thought I was crazy because I'd be watching stuff on like the education, just watching him go in, and I'm telling him, I'm like, this one's gonna be fucked up. And he's like, what do you mean? It's these little sneak bills that you're not paying attention to.
Right.
That can destroy.
You give me
Once they
you
get
give me
in.
lawyer vibes.
Well,
You do. You really give me lawyer
Well,
vibes.
I mean that was a path, but
Okay.
I did. I did do a lot of litigation PR, and when you work on the backside of stuff, even like his, you got to know your shit.
Yeah, for real. For real.
But,
Man, that's so crazy.
And I work in the social justice PR
You know what,
space now
though?
too. So
Even though you did your 20, that had to happen for a reason.
it did.
Because I know you wanted that career at the time with Master P, but God had a bigger purpose. And let me tell you what his purpose was. I'm good with this. His purpose was for you to reach the masses and reach people and to help people. Your purpose is to serve. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And maybe your time was to kind of humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that you was cocky, but sometimes God take you out those situations because he see a bigger plan. You got a whole bigger plan, anything is just possible for you to do right now. You really ain't lose out.
Not right. And I'm gonna tell you something.
That's deep though. I could
Yeah,
just
'cause
come to
I'm
that.
gonna tell
Like you
something.
didn't lose out.
I'm gonna tell you.
You helping kids. You telling kids not to go the wrong way. We need that. We have so much negative stuff that's out there when it comes to hip hop that we don't have. Like they're not really pushing to the forefront conscious leaders and what's your boy that had the big nose? KRS-One?
KRS-One, yeah.
Like, remember we had the song Self-Destruction and stuff like
Yeah.
that? They don't even rap about things like that no more. Like they do, but you don't hear that.
Right.
You hear more of the my ops and this and that or whatever. But
See, that's why the haters and ops packages would do well.
Right. But I feel like God didn't want you to take that pad. You know what I'm saying? So the ministry, because you was ministering to these prisoners. So you come on, this was your calling, and your life gonna be greater and greater and greater. I could just feel it because a positive pad is better than a negative pad. I'm not saying you was on a negative. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this is the path for you right now because you're gonna be helping millions of people.
And I agree. And I'm gonna tell you something. I accepted.
I'm good. I told you I'm getting good.
I accepted that responsibility.
skills.
Believe it or not, I accepted that responsibility a very long time ago. I just sometimes you just like, I don't know how, and I'll say this to people. This, you can know that there is a calling or something on your life, but just getting you to accept it
Yeah.
is something different, because I'm stubborn. So I wrestle with things.
But you could have went into prison in a negative way, like fuck this. They did me this.
No, I like to win, T. And see,
I know that, but I'm saying like
winning, I can't have that attitude. So
right,
when I got there, I wanted
but most
to win.
people, if something bad, it be the blame game.
Right.
You ain't do that. You like,
Nah.
no, I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that.
Because it wasn't going to benefit me.
Come on. That's what I'm trying to get to.
I'm a winner. I like to win at all costs. And I
But
feel
see,
that if
it's also when you go against your path, it never works
It
out.
never works
It
out.
never works out. Like
And-
you
and-
can
and
sit
I
there and
did
be
it.
like,
I consciously did
I
it.
don't want to do
So-
this, and then you like whatever force it is, whether you believe in God or spirit force or whatever.
Do you think prison kind of made you better a little bit?
no, I don't think
not prison,
made me
but
better. I think
not saying prison.
No,
made,
no.
I'm saying like just serving a time made you kind of like get on some other stuff than what you was on before you went to prison. That's what
all
I'm
right, so I'm gonna tell you, and this is what I was about to get at. See, one of the reasons why I don't feel sorry for myself, and I never encourage people to feel sorry for me, is because I made a conscious decision before I came to prison. I made a conscious decision to dance with the devil. I made a conscious decision because I felt that I can run game on the devil, use him for what I need him for, and then drop him like it's hot.
Okay, that's interesting.
I was that
interesting analogy.
I felt at the time I was that bold and arrogant in my thinking. Like I could use the darkness up and just drop it, right? But what the darkness showed me was, nah,
You can't play with me.
nah, you can't play with me. I've been
You
doing
can't.
this
You
for
can't
a
be
very
lukewarm.
long time.
Oh, it told you.
And
All
so,
right.
it kind of. So what I accepted was that, okay, I had to walk through this. I didn't want to. I didn't like it. It wasn't easy. It was uncomfortable. It made me mad at times. But all the while, I'm thankful that I kept my sanity because I wanted to win. And winning for a person in prison is getting out.
Yeah.
So whatever, I had to, wherever I had to place myself mentally to get on that path to get my freedom, that was my strategy. I got to get out of this.
Yeah.
And I got to be with my family again. And I understood the mistakes that I made. It had nothing to do with the crime.
So you took accountability, yeah.
Yes, it had nothing to do with the crime I was accused of. I just turned. I knew that once all of this happened, I just knew that, well, damn, here I go. I got to pay the piper for my.
So it's like you made a deal with the devil on a slick.
But why did I have to? I get I'm over here. I'm trying to push back, not to be a hater, but just thinking about kind of framing it different.
Right.
Why did it have to be the devil?
I just used.
But
I'm
you
saying,
that analogy,
That's
right?
just
But
an analogy.
Kanye West said that same thing too.
Right.
What
He
I
said he
say
made a
is-
deal with the devil. He got Happy Meals and this and that.
Not the Happy Meal.
Something he said something like that. He got cars, houses, and Happy Meals, but he,
But I mean,
Well,
I think the thing
when I
is-
say the devil, and I say that for lack of better terms, what I'm basically saying is, I felt that I consciously made this decision.
Yeah.
Like I didn't. It was nothing that I wasn't raised in one. I was raised in a pretty decent household.
Mhm.
I was given structure.
You
as a
got good
kid.
parents.
I had good parenting, and I literally just felt like, look, I want to make some money, so this is what they like. Well, I'm going to give them this, and this wasn't even what I was listening to. Like I remember, I was a Rakim head.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
I need
So-
wheels.
Right, so I literally
Hate that.
it was about making some money. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm about to make some money. This is what they want to hear.
So how you look at
So
money
I'ma
now?
give
I know you look at it different now.
Yeah. Money for me is just a tool to use, to do the things that I need to do to take care of mine.
Yes.
Other than that,
I'm over here looking
I
at
can't
it
be,
crazy.
I can't be bought with it. It's that's over.
And that's what I try to teach girls now because, and I was a part of that. Girl, get that money from him. It's like when you make your own money, it's like, what else?
Right.
Just get money?
Right,
Where's
right.
the love? Like, that's why a lot of girls single and alone because you basing a relationship and the value of a man on what he could give you instead of actually loving that person.
And, right.
It's a
and then
business
let's-
transaction.
Yeah, it's a
take it-
business transaction, and they don't think they prostitute. They don't think that.
And to
My
take it
mother-
even further, just to be straightforward, if I may, America,
Always
what
in there.
can
I know.
what can money truly do for you, other than buy you a bunch of things that you'll be tired of in 2 weeks?
Oh, I just
Like, What
remember
can
we
it
talked
really
about
do
that.
for you? I mean, it'll give you some stuff to look at, and you're going to
I'm
get
gonna be
tired of
honest,
those
though.
things in 2 weeks.
Having so much money that you're bored and doing I can't imagine that.
Right.
But you do have to admit when you're broke, you got a different mindset.
Yeah, you have a
And
different
then when you
mindset.
have a comfort, a buffer.
Mm-hmm.
So money can't. It may not buy you happiness, but it'll give you give you some room to breathe.
Right, but a
instead
lot
having
of
to be in
dudes
survival
leave with money. Like they leave with money, but their health off.
Right.
mode. Right.
They leave with money, but their mental off. Like
Right.
Right.
they leave
and
with.
let me
Go
say,
ahead.
let me stress this. I'm not saying money is a bad
No,
thing.
money not no bad thing.
No, all I was saying is, for those people that think that money is the end all be all,
Yeah.
I say to you, what can it actually do other than buy you a whole bunch of things that you'll get tired of
Or
in a couple
junk.
weeks?
Like I go in my closet and can't find because I got shoes all everywhere. I don't want to go in my closet because it aggravates me because everything all around. And I got everything I buy, I gotta kind of give stuff away because I got too much. My apartment's so small, I'm aggravated every day.
I'm waiting for you to hit it, but we got too much of stuff.
We got too much of stuff.
You want me to you want me to look? I literally
He's
every
wrong.
couple months I just take and fill a box up and go drop it
and you
off.
know what?
Yeah.
He does that And then he'll be like, man, I wish I hadn't given such away because I need
Man,
it.
tell him about the coat. What you told me about that coat?
What coat?
Which one?
The
I was depressed. Talking about what I told her that you
When
told me into.
you told him for the concert.
I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know that was that much either because I mean, I'm just
He
like,
won't buy it.
I feel like with stuff like that, you should probably just wear it every day. Like hot, it doesn't matter. Wear the shit every day.
She basically was like, "I'm telling you, it's nice." And but she did say, she said, "You don't never buy nothing for yourself."
He doesn't.
And I don't. I mean, I can tell you that most stuff that people see me wearing is stuff that people give me to. To wear.
It makes him sound like a hobo.
No, people give me stuff like their brands and stuff like that because
it's the way he wears
I don't really
like,
buy clothes like that.
Did you have any big labels interested in you?
What record labels?
Yeah, record labels.
When I first got out,
came on.
Yeah, you had people that wanted to talk. You had different. You hear things. Or such and such want to talk to you. I did speak with a couple people, but I just wanted to do things at my own pace.
Yeah. So what you leaning towards to, like having your own record company or something like that, or what?
Yeah, well, I do it strictly independently now.
Yeah.
I mean, I think at 46 years old is the best route for me.
Oh yeah.
Because I want to do things at my own pace and just when I feel it. I have to have a feeling. When I came home, that's something that me and my wife basically talked about. Just like I want to make sure that my quote unquote career didn't get in the way of me just getting acclimated to my life again. You know what I mean? Because I could have been caught up in my own hype, but I didn't do that because I just was trying to make sure I kept balance. I mean, I just came out of a place that I was in for 21 years. And so I had to, even on the tour, the first few dates on the No Limit tour that I done.
And how you felt like? Was it awkward when you first came out?
Yes, it was sensory overload. Like, my manager came to me like about the second show and he was like, "You good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good, Rusty." Like, your energy seemed off. But what he didn't realize is that was overwhelming.
Yeah.
I just come out of
all those
dome,
people,
and then I go walk on stage, and we're not talking about I go in a club. I walk on stage, and there's 15,000, 20,000 people.
Yeah.
And it's like, it just was a lot.
Yeah.
So I had to
I think the other thing, like, that we had talked about was just, like, it's like going and being somebody you're not. When you're going out of that. Like, it'd be like if you and I, we try to, like, dress and act like we did 20 years ago. It's not, I mean, that's part of you, but it's not you today.
Right.
So I think when you...
So I had to learn how to put that in.
How to separate that.
Meaning I had basically, so now I'm probably better now at performing those songs than I did when I first came out of prison because it was like a battle. I just spent, because in my mind it was like, so I just spent 21 years of my life for murder, kill, right?
And come right out.
And now I'm on stage performing murder, kill. So I'm just like, this is weird. You know what I mean?
It's like you look at it a little bit like, okay, this is my resistance, and then you're like, that's kind of bullshit. Like, I could tell, like, he didn't say anything for a while, and I could tell it was like watching somebody. He felt dirty. You know? But I think, like, because he plays so many instruments and does stuff, like, he can do it his own way,
right?
And that, I think, as long as you're able to play to your own terms,
right,
then you're and
okay then the work you was doing in prison, the students, the prison students coming to your class, you don't want to talk about that shit no more. I be like that. I be like niggas be creepy. I be like, man, I ain't on that.
Right.
You need to redo that. No. Let somebody else do it. I don't want to publish it.
Yeah.
Let somebody, I don't want to do that because I'm not in that stage anymore. I'm a grown woman. I'm 45 years old. I want to talk more about love. Yeah, I can talk about situations and heartbreak or whatever, but I'm not an angry, bitter girl because I'm out of that. I'm in my healing soft era right now. And
it makes you feel weird.
Yeah. And I don't want to go back to that and because I wrote those records when I was like 16, 17 years old. Right. A grown woman, so I have way more stuff to talk about. Right. I could talk about my kids. My daughter then graduated from LSU. Wow. My son, you know what I'm saying? He graduated from high school. He fucked up in college, I'm about to be a college graduate. I graduated December 19th from medical billing and coding. Like, it's a lot of other things that I have. I have 2
Congratulations.
books.
Congratulations.
Thank you. December 9th. I can't wait. And you know the number 9 is completion, right?
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just have so much
I got
going
a question.
on. What?
So who are they?
What you mean?
I always question people when they say. So who are
Well,
they?
it's like fans and friends, and you read redo that. Oh, I'm like,
no. You said just the number of completion. So they say. So I always.
oh, okay, yeah.
Who are they?
Like the psychic Nina would say, 9 is completion.
Yeah. No,
I learned a lot from her.
I always mess with people about they. Like,
Yeah.
I actually was writing something called "They Say This and Them." I'm like, what the fuck is
But
they?
then-
Man, that's dope though. Do that.
He
They is
says
universal.
That, but like
He
literally-
said it too.
He says it too.
I
'cause
never said I
he
didn't say
said,
it.
dude, like
America. I
He
never
used to
said
be
I
like-
didn't
He
say
said
it.
America. Why you always saying America?
I don't know. He,
New
I'm on her
Orleans.
side. I'm on her side.
I never said I don't say they.
he does. He'll be like, do they have some turkey in the refrigerator? Who the hell is that? Like, it's us. We are here. Like, I could see it in other
Yeah.
contexts.
But
Like,
she know that.
they
She
say-
don't, but that's our lingo in New Orleans. We'll be like,
That's our lingo.
they got some more milk in here.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? Like, you got somebody
So
else
she
coming to
like,
your
who
house
is
to
that?
put milk in
Yeah,
there.
we do say that.
You're a hater. So look, anyway,
Oh.
anyway, you're the ops.
That's me.
So they still
I know why we really do that.
really say that.
But what I don't like my sister when she say, I have my stepsister, she say, yeah, girl, just morning.
Wait, what?
Just morning.
Just morning.
I said, girl, it's this morning. No, girl, just morning. Just morning?
Yeah, just morning. Not morning.
Not morning.
Like you're
Yeah,
morning.
yeah. Just
Like
morning.
you're
Yeah,
morning.
that happened just morning. Just morning or this morning, bitch. That's what I be telling her. She be like,
That's some real
just
New Orleans.
morning. I be like,
That's
no,
funny.
bitch, it's this morning.
No, New Orleans can hold a conversation. Yeah, is a person, a place, a thing, and an idea. It's in and now.
And a verb.
I'm like, they like,
And
so
a
yeah,
verb.
yeah,
And a
because I
verb.
was, yeah.
I was
With,
yeah,
yeah,
with
like,
the
yeah, with the, yeah.
Yeah, and they be like, yeah, because the whoop the whoop.
Yeah,
But why
but
we,
yeah.
but look, why we understand that? Why we understand that? Because if somebody talking to us from where we like, yeah, because the whoop the whoop whoop, you
Because we
understand? You
out
know
of
what I'm saying? And we be like, yeah, because we understand it.
Because we out of our
Because
mind.
but people from up north,
Yeah.
they like, what the
What
fuck?
are
They
they
can't
talking
talk.
about?
They're
I
like,
was
they
like
can't
it
talk.
when I have like people that are coming to town or whatever that have never really been around anybody, they look at me like they need a translation service.
You serious?
Look, I had to
They'll be
translate
like-
in prison because the nurses and the facilitators of the nurses and the people that sponsored the classes I was doing, they
Yeah.
used to come do like HIV class and stuff, and I would facilitate it. And I never forget these little guys from New Orleans was asking her something.
Mhm.
This was an old lady. This was an old white lady. She had no idea what these little boys were saying. They was like, so, ma'am, what I want to know, you heard me? Is I was with the little and I just want to know, if I could get that shit from getting a little slow neck. So the nurse was like,
Slow neck. Oh, hey. Oh, okay.
so she just was looking at me like, I was like, all right, so let me translate this for you. I said, the little that's the
A
female.
girl.
he
That's a
was with.
female.
And he was asking, can he catch HIV from oral sex?
Yeah.
And she was just like, oh my God. she realized what
What's
he meant
sad
by slow
is
neck.
I fast translated that.
Yeah, so
So you understood.
I
So I
understand. Like I
answered.
feel like you
So
know
I
you have
answered
people
him.
that are multilingual.
Right.
I understand dialects from everywhere. I'm like, okay. And normally I can tell you exactly where somebody's from by whatever, like, however
Yeah.
their accent is. But,
Who y'all think talk the worst? I think Georgia.
oh, God.
I be like, what?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
followed
Hey, look,
by
I'ma
Memphis
tell
and
you.
Mississippi.
Yeah.
I
I'ma
just
tell you.
just want to be like,
I love Georgia has a very thick Southern accent.
Yes, they do. Yes, they
And
do.
I'm gonna tell you, I appreciate it, but boy, because I appreciate it now, because I've been around so many people from Georgia, and I can totally understand them. So I appreciate their culture now. And I remember my first time going to Atlanta. I got out of a car, me and a friend of mine, and a young lady said, "Hey, Shawty, what your name is?" I turned around like, "What the?" So I'm pointing. I'm like,
Who, me?
so she like, yo. So I'm like, trying to process what she just said. First of all, you called me shorty, and I'm 6'4".
I never know a girl or call a man
She said,
shorty.
"Hey, shotty." First of all, she called me shotty, and then she said, "What your name?
What
is?"
your name is?
Ill. Now it is. What your name is?
What your name is?
Like, what the?
There's a lady on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
She does she'll play those videos. You know who Wo Vicky is?
Yeah, I heard of Wolverine.
So there's a lady. She's she says she's a translation services, so you don't have to think about it.
Okay.
But that's what that sounds like. She'll be like, well, that's what Vicky is trying to say.
Yeah.
Wait, won't Vicky really talk like that? She from Georgia too, right?
She is, but I don't know. I mean, I want to tell her also just don't talk. Don't actually just go somewhere. Just don't nothing. I may have Wo Vicky.
Atlanta lingo sound good when it comes to the music though. Cause
Yeah.
T.I., I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. T.I., he roll.
Oh yeah, that's
But-
why I told you I appreciate it now. I
Yeah.
just was tripping back then because I was my first time going out there and I really didn't understand it.
Right.
But now I've been around so many people from Atlanta that I know what they're saying now
Yeah.
and I get it.
So let me ask you this: is anything else y'all want to wrap up in this conversation? Because this was a good conversation.
If there's anything we wanted to stress,
Yeah. Anything
Go
y'all
vote.
want
make
to
sure- go vote.
Go vote.
go vote, go vote.
That's very
go vote,
important,
and
y'all.
go vote.
And tell them again how important it is. Because people, like I said earlier, they think that our vote don't count, and that's not true.
I'm gonna do a plug, but it's not for an
Go ahead.
organization
Go ahead.
that I'm sort of affiliated with, but not. If you need a ride to the polls, if you are confused about voting, if you have voter issues, if you have anything, look at the Power Coalition stuff. They have so many resources, so many things. They do that stuff around year round. They teach children how to advocate for themselves. They do a beautiful job, but they are telling you we need balance.
Yeah, we
dropped the ball in the election.
Wait, this is something else I forgot. That's why I need me a cue card with all my questions because I'm just going on top of the head.
It's all right.
So let's talk about, before we go, let's explain, you went through all your trials and tribulations. So let's tell them what you're doing now for us with the kids.
Oh.
So,
Kids.
I actually
The hell with the kids.
I actually teach.
I'm kidding.
You're the ops. So I actually teach music production at Youth Center. We have an after school program. It's like a wraparound services. We have after school program. We have a GED school. We have a works program, training people to work. It's with an organization called YEP. And so the kids from 7 to 15 is who I deal with on a regular basis. And it's rewarding for me. And I was actually that job came about through a friend of mine who is one of the voices that was talking to the governor about my release.
Oh,
and that's State Senator Royce Duplessis.
Oh, that's
is,
dope.
one of the people who was in the ear of the governor advocating for my release.
Yeah, about your case.
And he's a
and
good
stuff.
dude. And so
He's a good one
when
who
I got
listens
out, he asked me. I told him I needed a job, and I think the first time I asked him, he must thought I was just joking.
Yeah.
Right. So I went on the No Limit tour, but then when I left the No Limit tour on my own, I left the tour.
Why did you do that?
I'll say.
Because I know you was making money,
Yeah.
but it wasn't about that.
They didn't.
Yeah.
They
Well,
weren't.
The thing was this with me.
They weren't agreeing.
Okay, gotcha.
We were. I'll just say this. I wanted employment because in my career, I wanted to do music. And I promised myself that I would always do music the way I want to do it.
Yeah.
So to make sure that I can realistically do that, I wanted to get employed.
Yeah.
And the one thing I don't like about hip hop or the hip hop industry is there ain't no health insurance plans.
Oh,
So-
that's deep.
So I wanted to make sure I had health insurance
Yeah.
and all of that stuff. I'm 46. I'm
Yeah.
not 21. So those things come into play. And so I wanted a job and I wanted to give back. So I felt if I'm going to be working, I want to be working doing something that I love to do and that's passionate, that I'm passionate about. So he asked me, what do you want to do? I said, I want to work with kids. I want to stop kids from going there.
Yeah.
And so he introduced me to the director of the place I work, and I've been there now for over a year, like over a year.
Oh,
and a
that's
half.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad like you have your own mind. You like set in what you want to do. You know,
Stubborn.
that's dope.
That's stubborn. That's the McKinley Phipps Senior syndrome. That's my dad's syndrome.
I
Just
also like
stubborn.
the fact that he brings up, I'm 46 years old. We're not kids anymore. I'm 45 too. But it's like, he acts like we are
You're
1,000. He told me that the other day, and I'm looking at him like, dude, you act like we're like 85.
Yeah,
about to
the way
die.
we
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm 46
We
years
still are young. I told somebody that.
Y'all young. I'm old.
No, but look what I was saying. I was like, I
said,
said 40. I know people hate this. I'm like 40 is like the new 30s. Like,
yeah, like I think so
And-
too, because I don't know what it's
Right.
supposed to
Well,
feel
my
like.
40
Like
is
I'm
the
like,
new 70.
oh Lord, man, I'm just thinking that man, I love getting older.
So
'Cause
this
you
this my little
experience.
juvie.
Oh, that's your little juvie.
I'm old.
get with me.
Anything else you want to say? You want to
My
plug
li-
your
my
social
little-
media?
yeah. Oh yeah, so y'all can follow me at on Instagram at Mac Phipps Official. YouTube, it's Mac Phipps Official, and I think that's pretty much it. Y'all can probably be catching me on tour real soon.
Okay.
New project is
And you got to
on
keep me
the
on that
way.
project.
New project is on the way,
Okay.
and what else? I think that's about it. Other than that, y'all gonna see me where y'all need to see me. Wherever the important stuff is going, y'all will see me there. And I got a surprise on the 28th of November, so y'all just be watching.
Okay.
What's a surprise?
Where's the
What's the
surprise?
You know.
You can't say it on the air.
I don't
No.
know about it. I hate surprises.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, let me just say this to you both. I am so grateful that y'all came. You could have went anywhere and talked to anybody, but you came and talked to your sis. I am so happy for you.
And the same here, T. We're
Yeah.
proud of you.
Yeah.
When I told my wife that I wanted to do this, she was like, "Cool, we coming." And I'm glad that this is something
Yeah.
that you're doing, and I wanted to do this.
Right.
For
Oh,
that
man,
reason.
that's so dope. My nephew was supposed to be here, Allie.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be. He said, I'm going to just sit in the
Shout out
audience.
to LA.
Look what I said. I said, you love Mac. He said, yeah, I know. I said, yeah, you could come. I said, if you want to come sit on the panel, you can.
And by the way,
He's
he's
dope.
one of the dopest
He's a
artists
dope
that I've
rapper.
heard from.
Is
the city.
he?
Yeah,
dope.
he's good.
He dope.
Is he?
He dope.
I see him like being like, well, Kendrick Lamar and them is like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't say that lightly. I say that because I'm a critic,
Yeah.
and I value lyricism. I value the thought that's put into songs like that. So
She laughing.
I'm like,
Yeah, she knows.
because I'm the same way.
You
Like,
know, I'm critical.
I have been a lifelong hip hop fan too. And
Right.
so I mean, the Virgo comes out hard sometimes. Where I'm just like,
Right.
have you
do you
thought
want me
about
to tell
another
these people
career?
who your favorite rapper is?
Don't
Who?
go there. That he's lying. I said it
I'm not
bullshit.
lying. America,
Yes.
I am not lying.
Why
This
is he
woman's
lying?
favorite rapper is Old Dirty Bastard.
Oh!
Said
He was
that.
cold. He was cold.
Look,
He was before his time.
that's actually not my favorite rapper.
Okay, so who?
But I was into like your KRS ones. Your
Yeah, KRS One.
all like even Master Ace. And,
Okay.
I mean,
Everybody back in the day.
Yeah, because it made you think.
How y'all feel about hip hop now? It's like a drag.
Well, I think
I think
hip hop is beautiful.
Right.
Now the business,
Yeah.
the hip hop
Yeah.
business is something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's
What about the music?
right. What's unfortunate is that much of the music is motivated by the business.
Yeah.
I think we need to get back to the artistry. I think if we
Man,
get
that's
back
deep.
to the artistry, then
But
I think it'll be in a good place.
I think I always say we just have like different versions of things that were in the past. And you think about even some of the hip hop that was popular in our age and before.
Right.
There's always been some sort of like garbage because people
Right.
are attracted to it. And as
Yeah.
long as the consumer is buying it.
But
you
when
know,
we was growing up, it was a balance.
It was
you
a
had
balance.
the Queen
It was a balance.
Latifah,
right,
you
well,
had the
thing-
Foxy Browns, you had them. But now all the girls want to sound like Lil Kim.
Well,
Right.
it was a balance in the media.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the
See,
media.
they always
Yeah.
had that element there, but now it's like the media is totally tilted to the one side.
You got Tierra Wax, she cold. You got Cash Dolls, I like her. I'm just saying, you got a lot of girls that's good,
But
and
see-
you don't hear about them.
But here's the thing, like
Well-
you got to think about where we are. Like we have had this like steady, I would say, for probably about the last 25 years with reality TV
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
trash,
yeah.
and then when
yeah.
you are, so it's like I think it's a two-parter. Like you
Right.
have, as long as the consumer is buying it and like, yeah, give me more, then that's what you're gonna feed into,
Right.
You know, and I have a hard time blaming the artist for bucking it.
Mm-hmm.
You go feed your family.
Right.
And that's, you know, it takes a lot to say, no, I'm going to be different,
Yeah.
particularly if you want to eat.
They have another girl that's cold, but she don't even really get that much person. She will Rocker. She managed by Rocker Nation? Her name is Raspy. Is it Raspy or
Rhapsody.
Mhm.
Rhapsody?
Rhapsody
Yeah.
is the truth.
She's
good.
dope.
Rhapsody.
But
is
you
the
don't hear that. You
truth.
hear
Because Rhapsody.
you
is
hear
not-
Sexy Red, booty all brown.
Rhapsody is
Yeah,
not
but-
showing her ass, and
Tell her, yeah,
unfortunately,
I'm sorry.
that's where we are. You know,
Girl.
that's unfortunately
I'm
that's where
looking,
we
I
are.
can't see
I
it.
was like, what the hell?
People keep talking about this Jeffrey with a wig, and I'm like, I can't unsee it.
Man. Yeah,
And
that.
she just is like, I want to be like, could somebody teach you some sort of manners? I may have
You
beef
see-
with her too.
And then every picture and she like,
Yeah.
with money. I'm like, this will it gotta be a balance because you have girls that freaky but don't want to be in public freaky. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got girls that's that way, but they don't want to showcase that. Like, what up, Michelle Obama's? Like, come on. Like, which every girl don't want to be half naked. I don't. I want to be sexy. I don't want you
But
to
I
see all
think-
my stuff. That's for my man.
I think
Right.
that like where we fall short is you have and this again, I'm gonna bring it back to even our
Right.
age group. You have people that don't know any different.
Right.
So they think that is their only way. So
Yeah.
oh, I gotta be like this one. But meanwhile, she's got like a whole husband and kids at home. So it's not like the public. They can't separate the public persona. And so I mean, I don't
That's
know.
why they don't have longevity and they don't pop because they're not authentic. They want to do
Right.
what everybody else doing.
It cracks you.
And I
You
tell
look at-
artists is that
Yeah.
even I told my daughter, I said, look, everybody down here talking about dick. When you gonna get into something that girls gonna relate to? You know what I'm saying? Like talk about what you've been through with your dad. Like you was kind of fatherless. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you know, the trials and tribulations that we go through, like that's things that you could talk about that could be related to people. Like people want relatability.
Right.
And so if you just talk about, oh, that dick and it, like, man, come on now. It's more to life than that. We could have songs about dick, but we also could have songs about,
You gotta be
you know,
versatile.
love. And we could have, you got to be versatile. And I always tell my daughter, and I'm like, man, I don't want to hear that.
You gotta be
Even
like
when
that.
a guy asked me to write for a girl, and it was the same. I was like, I don't want to write that. I don't want to write nothing about. No, I got songs about dick, but I don't want to write that for somebody when we could take it into a whole nother level. Like what you going through, like what's going on with you, what's going on with your mental. You know what I'm saying? Like we go through a lot of things, and people could really relate to somebody dealing with mental illness. I'm gonna write a song about mental illness because I didn't dealt with
That's
that.
what, and I'm gonna tell you, that's what a lot of these young people are dealing with. A lot of these artists as well dealing
Yeah.
with mental illness, emotional illness, and you know, unfortunately, these corporations and these
Right.
labels are taking
They
advantage
take
of that,
advantage of it.
and
Yeah.
they're exploiting these artists for money, and it's all in the name of under the guise that you're getting paid, and you know you're getting paid, but can you look? My thing is, can you look back at yourself
Right.
20 years from now and be proud of what you've done? And if I can't do that, then 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to do it. If
But
it's
see-
something that I know I won't be proud of in 20
Yeah.
years, I'm not going to do it.
But I think like, I mean that's been the story of entertainment
Yeah.
since ever.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like they're gonna run you until you run out. And I think that what a lot of the issue is, like, you know, I heard there's a lady that's she's like an on-staff therapist for a bigger record label, and I thought that was so dope.
That's so dope. Yeah, we need
But
that.
what she said, I think it covers the board in so many areas. Where she said, you have people coming in with trauma, you got people coming in with addiction. Now you give them money and access.
Ooh.
You think it's going to get better, and it's
Yeah.
not. So you
No,
can't be surprised
Because all
when
money
they
do
fuck
is
up.
all money do is
It's
basically
enhancing, huh?
it
Yeah.
enhances, and what it does is it shines a greater light on your issues. That's
Yeah.
all it
Right.
does. It puts you under a bigger microscope,
Well,
and for the world to see.
And I always say that I'm so glad that when Cash Money had their peak and Baby kept playing with me, acting like he was gonna deal with me, and no, he wasn't. I'm glad I didn't, because I learned so much on my own, and I'm like a better person and a better woman. And one thing that I used to say is I was so easy to influence when I was younger. I would have been on drugs. I'm just being honest with y'all.
Right.
I would have probably just wild out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I think God kind of saved me.
Right.
Like, God probably was like, I know you want this, but I'm going to sit you down right here.
You ain't gonna understand.
Yeah,
it
you
right
ain't going to
now.
understand it. You
Understand.
ain't understanding it right now. But I don't even think I would have continued my education. I don't think I probably would have been in my kids' life, because at the time when I was kind of dealing with Cash Money, my mom used to have my kids. But my mom used to be like, look, you go ahead and do, you know how grandparents is. You give me them children. You can do what the fuck you want. You give me the children. So, and I really wasn't in my kids' life like that. Like, financially I was, because I was making money. But I wasn't like just really being a mom. And then when all that was like kind of over and I had to like kind of humble myself, I had to like get in my kid's life. That's why my girl didn't get pregnant like I did. I got pregnant at 15. But I wanted to get in her life because I didn't want her to get pregnant at no 15. You
Right.
know, I didn't want my son to be out there selling drugs. I got a good boy. I got good children. Now, they probably have attitudes and stuff like that. We all have
that's-
that, you know.
That's all right.
Typical.
But my son right now, he's in Houston and he got 2 jobs.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I raised some good children, despite on where I came from, because I came from the gutter.
But see, I'm gonna tell you, just listening to you and listening to how openly and unapologetically you speak about your flaws lets
Yeah.
me know that you are healing.
Yeah.
And that you will be. It's just gonna be continued success, because when you lie to yourself, then you're gonna be.
Because
you're
you're
gonna be
coming
stuck.
from I think it's more of like agency.
Yeah.
Like you're able to agency and accountability.
Yeah.
Like you're literally saying I wasn't there like I should have been.
I wasn't. And
But
just
it's not a like, well, they
That
did
in
me
itself
this,
is
or they
therapy.
did me. Yeah.
Just
Look,
admit
yeah,
that
look
you
what I
wasn't.
look what I told somebody. I said, y'all keep telling me that I like missed my time or I should have made it with them. I said, but y'all don't understand the mind of a 17-year-old, 18-year-old
Right.
girl at that time. I would have lost myself. Like, I sat there and watched some of the artists do drugs. I watched all that, right? So if I would have continued on, I probably would have been a cokehead. Like,
Right.
you feel what I'm saying? Like, I was easy to influence. Like,
Right.
Right.
And who's to say, and by whose standard, who's to say that they are the standard of success anyway
Exactly.
for your life?
for my life,
Who said, well, since you wasn't with them, then you ain't. No, my life is not validated by anyone.
Yeah.
Right.
But me.
I'm glad what I'm so happy about is I got my start and Slim them gave me my name. I'm happy about that. But that time being off, I learned about my publishing. I learned about copyrights. I learned about my percentages. I didn't know none of that. I was so illiterate and so dumb because I dropped out at the 9th grade. So I wasn't like privy to publishing, and I got my own publishing company now. I wrote 2 books. Like, I don't think I was gonna be able to do that because all my mind was on. We could go back to the money.
Yeah. But that comes from survival mode.
And my kids used to say, "We don't want the money. We want you." That was so deep for me. Cause all I was like, I'm gonna get y'all when I get the big houses. I always had the support system. My mama, my grandmother. I'm gonna get y'all when I get right when we get the big house. And they're like, we don't want that. We won't be around you.
Yeah.
So that kind of like opened up a door. And I was like, you know what? I got it. My daughter was like 12 or 13. I said, let me get her now. Don't get her now. She's gonna wind up. We're gonna repeat the same cycle. She gonna get pregnant. Cause my mama got pregnant at 16. I got pregnant at 15. My mama got pregnant at 15, 14. And at that time, they was marrying at that time. My great grandma. Yeah. So I'm just so glad everything happened the way that it happened because I'm a more wiser person. Like, I still go off, but I'm a little milder than what I used to be. I have more understanding. Like, and I'm just so grateful. Like, I wasn't grateful.
Yeah.
I used to be back and forth, leaving Cash Money. I used to be so back. Y'all don't want to buy me that car. I'm like just so ignorant. Just couldn't think past green, like just tripping. But I'm just so glad, like I could kind of mentor young girls, tell them about self-esteem issues, like all the things that I have been through to build myself to be confident of who I am today. Because I was fake confident back then.
Yeah.
I'm really confident now.
Most people were.
Yeah.
Most people fake it till they make
At
it.
my college, I won the 2023 award of being confident because I live it now.
Wow.
This is me.
Wow.
But back then I was faking. Yeah, girl, da-da-da. And it hurts me when I hear people say, because I had the song, if you don't trick, don't fuck him, right? And they're like, you raised me. And I'll be like, I can raise you now. Like,
she knows
like,
people tell me
I'm sorry.
the same thing. People come to me like, man, see, but it's shell shock, blah, 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 blah. And don't get me wrong. Let me state this for the record. America, I am proud that this got made.
He keeps saying America.
I was 21 years old, and dudes be like, man, when you get out, bro, you gonna drop another shell shock, huh? I'm like, dude, shell shock was recorded by a 21-year-old damn fool.
Yeah.
I was out of my mind. I am 46 years old. I got grandkids.
And
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I always wonder too, like, to your point about people saying, "Oh, you got to redo this." And granted, like that is a part of you, right? But I always wonder, like, are y'all just stuck?
They are.
That's where you are, and I mean, and it's not knocking it, but it's
maybe they're not stuck. Maybe they just want you to be stuck. See,
that's true too. But I'm so glad I have an artist that did Creep In and she sampled it, and it was Viney, B.O.G. Viney. Thank you. Because I got tired of people telling me, "Oh, you could redo." I'm not in that space. I'm more in a loving space. My soft era. I got a song called Ooh Bae. I got a song about how a dude schooled me. Like I'm just on that type of level, and I don't want to go back to that because it brought me a lot of negativity. No, for real. Like I had a song called I remade a Tina Turner song. What's love got to do with it? So, but I changed the lyrics. I say, "What's love got to do when I'm struggling to get my bills paid?" You know what happened? You tell me. I was struggling. That affirmation I kept saying, and I was struggling to pay my damn bills. I wish I could just delete that song because I know now I'm more mature and I know you could plant seeds with songs. Songs are like affirmations.
Right.
You can redo it the way you are right now.
Right, exactly.
I mean, they meant like you have some people that'll buy it and they'll be like, man.
Yeah.
Play it.
But just putting that, just changing our lyrics. I'm struggling to get who needs a man that don't help you? Like, just blaming your life on a man and what a man could do. Like, what are you gonna do for yourself? Who are you without that person? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So when I start like digging deep into myself, like I no longer think the same way I was thinking. Like, oh yeah, if he gotta pop me off. That's old. It get old. You be like, okay, so he gave me $300. All right, what's next? But I still don't have the love, the affection. I don't have none of that from him. He's just giving me money. I don't have his heart. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's the things that I value now. I even told my partner, I said, girl, I don't value jewelry like that. I used to have big old earrings and medallion earrings and chains. And I used to be like thinking that made me a value, but it didn't. So now I'm like, you know what I value? If my guy give me a ring, I said, I will value that because love coming with that, right?
Right.
But just go and spend $300,000 on jewelry. Do you know how many properties I could buy?
Yeah.
And I always tell him, like, my dude better not come and buy me no damn, what's that purse that's like $20,000?
Oh, the Birkin. I don't understand
I probably barely wear it. Don't buy me that. Let's take that 20. Let's try to invest in something that's going to, bring us some money back. So that's kind of like where I'm at in my life. I don't value material things. Like this dress I got on cost about $30.
I get excited about finding deals.
Yes, me too. The purses I got, I could afford it. I buy Coach. Some of my purses $200, some of them $300, some of them $400.
You gotta go to Marshalls. You get
that too.
Not even that much. I got the one I have. I think I got it for like 120 or something.
Right.
And I almost felt bad about spending.
Even when y'all see, I didn't say if. I said even when when I become a millionaire, I feel like I'm gonna shop that same way.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy no $3,000 Gucci bag to be making
that you carry for
it's gonna make his family rich. That's leaving his family inherited. Like, We don't even support our black businesses like that, but we run into Gucci because we think the labels make us valuable.
Yeah.
The labels don't make you valuable. And I want our people to kind of get that, and they don't get that.
It's I think that, and that's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's deep.
And the podcast goes on forever.
Yeah. It's crazy, but we gotta wrap it up. So, because we've been running it all night, but this was a good show. I knew we was gonna have a good conversation. You heard me. We out. Anything else y'all want to say?
Go vote.
Go vote.
Go vote.
Go vote. Okay, this your girl, legendary Miss T. This is True T. I will see y'all next Wednesday. Okay.
No, we're really off. Like, I'm not.
Yeah, when you gonna turn it on? Next year.
I was more off. Like.